want to get covered in flour.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. What is today? Monday? So this was made on Wednesday or Thursday of last week. Would have been balled up yesterday or Saturday. So
Looks
we're going
good.
on what? Wednesday, Thursday? 5 days fermented?
Yeah.
Give or take? You want a close up? That makes our 16-inch pie and also our 20-inch pizzas for slices. I don't box those up because I don't want to mess with 20s.
How do you do slices here?
I make a 20-inch pie on a 20-inch screen and I cut them down into 6. So they're pretty big slices.
How big is the dough?
1 pound and 4 ounces.
Okay.
So 20 ounces.
20 ounces.
And then our larges are 15 ounces. And then I go a little bit bigger in the summer just because with the humidity, I've noticed they rip a lot easier. So I give it like a little smidge extra and then 9 ounces on the personal dough balls. We have a range, an acceptable range. Very little room for error. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's how we make a pizza.
There you go.
So everything works in a circle. So orders taken, pizza gets stretched, sauce and cheese, topping in the oven, out the door. So it just sort of all flows around and around.
Where do people start?
Over here,
Okay.
taking orders, and then stretch table. That way you walk in and it's just like dough show. Sauce and cheese, toppings in the oven, and that way we're not all tripping on each other. It just sort of
You don't want
it
people to be
flows.
tripping up in your pizzeria.
Or when I'm alone, I'm not, tripping over myself. Like it all just flows.
Yes.
Make it easy.
I love it.
I have a really exciting dish pit if you want to see the dish pit. Where we wash dishes. Thrilling,
Is this a dough divider?
This is a dough rounder.
Dough
yes.
rounder.
So you throw the dough in and it.
How do you like it?
If I'm alone and I have like 300 or 400 pounds to get through, I prefer it because I can roll and toss them in and it's like 2 people. But I like to work with my hands. So I would get one if you're doing high volume, but like really high volume.
What's the threshold for your high volume operation?
If I'm going through like 300 or 400 pounds of dough, I will roll and roll. But if I'm just doing like a handful, I'll just do it myself.
Shout out to Corto olive oil.
Best,
Hell yeah.
the only.
Yes.
Who are we kidding?
Let's go.
Who are we kidding?
So on the podcast, we're going to be talking about how you make content
Oh, yes.
when you are
That too.
here at the shop.
You know what's so funny? Mike thinks I'm like the content queen also.
Who says that?
Mike Bausch. I have
Well,
like,
dude, you
I have
are.
like 2,000 or 3,000 followers. It's like comical that's the thing. It's not, because they're very engaged followers. Like I talk to a lot of people regularly. If 3,000 people all lined up to eat my pizza, like that would be really cool. So,
I know.
Baby, I love it.
I think for what I love to see is that for you, it's not about the followers or the likes, it's about consistency.
Oh, sure. I just know people like to see behind the scenes stuff. Like when we were building this out, I was posting me doing like the grout and the tile. I mean, like people love that stuff. And I think it builds a lot of buy-in. So when I don't know what I want to do for content, I'll just film myself doing the normal day-to-day stuff and then I'll just overlay some text or just something so I have something to post. But I also find that like things that are not super interesting to me anymore, because I do them all the time, customers still really like. Like they don't know a lot about fermentation. Like they don't know a lot about efficiencies in a restaurant. Like I can make a pizza in 16 steps if I try really hard and I'm not like tripping over myself. What's up, Javi? This is like Inception right now. So our big deal is blue in 2. So our goal is to get a pizza from the phone or from someone's mouth into the oven in 2 minutes or less. And I like to, so we measure out our cheese because I'm a little bit neurotic about that. Sometimes Javi doesn't like to measure his cheese and it makes me a little bit batty, but gotta be a certified pizzaiolo before you start doing that. And then what I'm also crazy about is the number of toppings on a pizza. Like a large gets 17 on a large.
I like the pepperoni you're using. What are you using?
I use the Hormel and I like the sandwich slices. That way every single bite gets pepperoni. And I know Cup and Char has a following and people swear by it, but listen, every bite has a bit. So anyway, 17 on a large, and it's a flour and a big circle, right? We got 11 and we got 6. It's always 17. Super simple. What am I making? Sausage? I'm gonna make the time. Javi, can you see how much talking I'm getting done while I'm still blue in 2? Can you see how much talking I'm getting done and filming while I still am gonna get this in the oven in time? Alexa, 8 minutes. And then we run over and we tap it blue, and that means it's in the oven. And And then we don't have to worry about it getting made twice, because that's the thing here. And then we got, yeah, so every order gets cinnamon bites. Javi's in charge of those, but we do a free order of cinnamon bites with every order of pizza. Just like our little lanyard, a little something, a little surprise and delight.
Oh my God, I was surprised and delighted when I saw that. I'm gonna be so excited.
You know, I would be so stoked if a restaurant gave me anything for free. Like even just, I don't know, I get pumped over the free bread. I'm like, what's up? I have one guy that turns it down, but I always tell him, he's like, oh, I don't need those. And I was like, but it's high protein flour, like kind of, sort of.
Do you like tell them, hey, why don't you give it to somebody else? Or do they just say, nah, peace? Like, would they give the cinnamon bites? Could they give the cinnamon bites to like a friend or anything like that?
Oh, I mean, they can, yeah. I mean, I haven't had anyone pass it on like a Starbucks or anything, but I've definitely had people give them to other tables if they don't want them, or, you know, usually people take them and they're stoked. So the pizza I'm making right now is completely free of charge, like a psychopath, but here's why. So see how it says welcome pizza? We have coupons that go out in the mail to people that when they buy a new house within 2 miles of here, it auto triggers like a booklet of coupons for them, but it's personalized. So it'll say like, Mr. Martin, here's your pizza. Actually, I'll grab a coupon and show you, but it auto triggers it to their house because as they move here and they're trying to figure out their next barbershop, where they're gonna get their tires, where their pizza's gonna be at, we become that new one and it's completely free of charge because I'm confident they're gonna come back.
How do you get that list? You just sign up for a mailing list?
It's called Our Town, I think. I'll have to verify that. But what's cool is I get a QR code on each one that comes in, and then I scan that QR code, and 2 weeks later it triggers a free garlic knots coupon. So if they forget my name for whatever reason, they shouldn't, but they might. It auto triggers it back to their mailbox. So I'm creating 2 visits, and then they're gonna come in, and rarely does someone only get garlic knots. They typically buy more. But we like to really juice it up with like a welcome to the neighborhood. And then, you know, it just creates some community here. I mean, this is obnoxious. Wouldn't you be so excited to receive this and free dessert? You'd be like, oh, this is my new jam. And then I create a customer for life.
I love it, yeah.
We never burn a free pizza, because that's our one opportunity. Yeah, so I can see how many got sent out and then how many get redeemed and what I pay for them. We do a lot of direct mail, which I know I thought was stupid at first because I'm a millennial. I check my mailbox when I have an app on my phone that tells me what's in it and there's something important in it. I don't go to my mailbox. That thing piles up. It's just me. I thought direct mail was gonna be really stupid and it was all TikTok and Instagram. My business partner is a dinosaur and wanted to do direct mail and I was like, this is stupid, this is stupid. Turns out it's not stupid at all. I get like a 6% return rate of people. So that's not the dollar spent, but like 6% of the people that actually receive our coupons come and use them. And it's almost immediate. I do every door direct. I send it to Las Vegas Color Graphics. They pop it to the post office and then I pick the postal codes where we want it and then it goes out in the mail and then we get those redeemed and it's all easily to redeem because that's the special, or people walk in with the coupon from it or whatever, but it's pretty easy to track. But boy, do we freaking crush it on direct mail.
So it's an 8-minute bake time. What time?
8 minute, and then I will. I usually let it sit on the deck for about 1 minute. But I bake them on the screens, which I've heard is like a little weird. That's just how I was taught. And then I've gone and visited some of my favorite pizzerias, and they bake it straight on the deck. I bake my own on the deck once in a while if I'm feeling like froggy. But I attempted to reteach my whole staff how to do it on the paddle and then in the oven, and I was having extra large carnivores get destroyed. And I was like, I don't know that this is gonna make my pizza infinitely better, and we already have a really good product, and I've already trained them this way. And I can pre-stretch it, we're screen bakers, and then we throw it on the deck at the end.
So with the Alexa, you tell it the pizza that you're making, and it automatically sets the timer for you.
I can. My staff does that. I think they're bananas. They'll be like, set me a carnivore timer and a Hawaiian timer and a this and a that. I build my timers so as to not stress myself out. My team will literally have 13 timers going for 13 pizzas, and that makes my brain explode. So I let the pizzaiolos do what they will.
Where's the pizza landing? Right here?
On the screen. Ta-da! Wunderbar. Let me let her breathe. Triceps of steel.
It's a good thing you work out.
It's a good thing I work out. And then we do things a little different, but we sign every box, quality inspected by. That way my guest knows we give a hoot. Oh, and I love toast because it makes it so easy to, and then we have an 11 minute, 35-second ticket time. Like I'll never come over the top rope at my team for like, hey, this took 25 minutes. It's more like, hey, I noticed it took us 13 to get that one in the oven. Like what was happening?
Yeah. What can you control?
Yeah,
right?
because what's going to happen if I start managing ticket times? They're just going to start cheating the ticket times like Domino's does. They're like, oh, it's done, and it's not done, and then it's burnt. You're just managing a stat. But I would rather manage the behavior, which is this section, because like that's just fixed. You know what I mean? You gotta treat your people right. Not bopping them on the head with ticket times. Shut up. So anyway, every morning I collect these from the day before. I get, I don't know, sometimes 2, sometimes 12, like it's a lot. I just quick scan this cute little QR code and submit it. And so 2 weeks from today, he's gonna get another coupon in the mail for garlic knots. Just so he'll be like, oh, what was the name of that pizza place? I really loved it. Or maybe he's been back 2 or 3 times because we gave him free dessert and a smiley face, you know what I mean? But then he'll get another bing right in his mailbox, which we know he'll come use because he just did. It's just, it's great. I love it. It's a great service. If I can't give it away, I can't sell it. And so I'm confident enough in the pizza I just sent out that he'll be back. He's not gonna go down the street. And if he does, he's not gonna like it as much. It's just gonna be a completely different experience. Like our service is good because I have good employees. Our product is good because we've worked on the product, but creating the experience for him is what's gonna be the determining factor when he wants pizza with his family or he has had a long day as a nurse and he wants to come in. I don't know. So we tried. It's just how it works. When we first grand opened, we did free pizza for a year. For the first 100 people in line, we gave them coupons for a free pizza a month for a year. I had people DMing me in the middle of the night. They were camping in my parking lot. I was like, do I need to show up with coffee for these people? Like, you're camping in my parking lot? Like, who am I? Like, I'm a nobody that's just opening up this little shop. You're camping? Like with blankets? And what's happening? The line wrapped all the way around the building, all the way up the corner and down Rainbow. And I was like, nuts. But a lot of those people, because they came every single month for one for free, why would they get pizza elsewhere in between, right? People typically eat it more than once a month. So we became their pizza home, and a lot of them still come. I mean, we had a redemption rate, about 60% of the people redeemed 100% of them, I think was what we worked out. But to create that experience and that loyalty, I mean, now they come all the time. So it was great. I think you should be able to give it away. My 2 cents. I don't know. I just think you should always do the next right thing, whether it's for your family or your friends or your staff or your guests or people that are coming in and like you're giving me the time of day to be on this podcast. That is super freaking cool. The least I could do is take care of a pizza and a soda, like whatever, right? But just always doing the next right thing, even when it's hard or even when it doesn't make sense financially, to give something away, like it's always gonna come back to you. And I saw that happen when our store got broken into twice in August, and the community rally around our shop like showed me that like we did the right thing over and over and over by enough people that we were having to close early running out of dough when someone did wrong by us. Like we have an army of people that believe in Manizza's Pizza. That's huge. So it's just always doing the right thing, even when it doesn't always make sense in the moment. You know what I mean?
So, how did you get this? How did you get this pizza? How'd you know about this pizza?
We just bought a house in Vegas, and I got this lovely gift certificate,
Hell yeah!
and I had to check it out, bro. I opened it yesterday.
This is hilarious.
Congrats, bro. Hey, check that out. What do you have over there?
Oh, let's see. I don't know what I got, to be honest.
I am dying right now. Some complimentary dessert for you, my friend.
Thank you.
You'll get that every order, not just today. We're not just trying to butter you up.
Appreciate it.
I knew you were coming, so I told him to throw it in there.
Oh, my
Full
bad.
loading. That's crap.
Sausage pepperoni, bro.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy, bro.
Wow. So when did you move to the neighborhood?
3 months ago.
Ah, welcome.
Yeah, so I've been here for 3 months, but next week, going back to San Jose, where he's from.
Like to live there or just visiting?
I'm a travel nurse, so.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on.
Yeah, doing a contract in San Jose for like 3 months.
Nice.
And then after that,
That's a great job.
yeah, I've been traveling for like 3 years.
Yeah,
so
that rocks. Good for you.
That's off the work.
Well, I hope to feed you lots of pizza before you leave.
Oh, thank you.